Dear Mum, I hope this finds you... Oh, I'm sorry. Forgot you were there. I was just writing a letter to my mum, just to see how she's doing. But I have a slight problem because I have really, really bad handwriting, and I'm not sure my mum will be able to read it. So maybe I'll type it up and I'll send it to her later. Well, today's story is all about a letter. It's a letter written from God to his people. And this one wouldn't have been typed up on a computer. It would have been written down using handwriting. So, tonight's story is called Operation No More Tears. So, if you are sitting comfortably, let me begin. Do you know what your name means? Armand, do you know what your name means? Armand? Listen. Ooh, that's a strong meaning. Armand's name means noble protector. You might be thinking, hang on, I thought Armand was a nut. But actually, Armand's name is spelled A-L-M-U-N-D. And that's what her name means, noble protector. I wonder if you know what your name means. Maybe ask your mummy or your daddy. Anyway, there was once a man called Isaiah, and his name meant God to the rescue. Now that might sound like a bit of a funny name to you, but it was just the right name for Isaiah because God had a special job for Isaiah. You see, Isaiah's job was to listen to God and tell people what he heard. Now, God let Isaiah know a secret. God was going to mend his broken world. He showed Isaiah his secret rescue plan. Operation No More Tears. This is the message God gave Isaiah. It was like a letter God wrote to his children. Dear little flock, you're all wandering away from me like sheep in an open field. You've always been running away from me, and now you're lost. You can't find your way back. But I can't stop loving you. I will come to find you. So I'm sending you a shepherd to look after you and love you, to carry you home to me. You've been stumbling around like people in a dark room, but into the darkness, a bright light will shine. It will chase away all the shadows like sunshine. A little baby will be born, a royal son. His mummy will be a young girl who doesn't have a husband. His name will be Emmanuel, which means God has come to live with us. He is one of King David's children's children's children, the Prince of Peace. Yes, someone is going to come and rescue you, but he won't be who anyone expects. He will be a king, but he won't live in a palace. And he won't have lots of money. He will be poor. And he will be a servant, but this king will heal the whole world. He will be a hero. He will fight for his people and rescue them from their enemies. But he won't have big armies, and he won't fight with swords. He'll make the blind see. He'll make the lame leap like deer. He'll make everything the way it was meant to be. But people will hate him, and they won't listen to him. He'll be like a lamb. He will suffer and die. It's the secret rescue plan we made from before the beginning of the world. It's the only way to get you back. But he won't stay dead. I will make him alive again. And one day when he comes back to rule forever, The mountains and the trees will dance and sing for joy. The earth will shout out loud. His fame will fill the whole earth as the waters cover the sea. Everything sad will come untrue. Even death is going to die. And he will wipe away every tear from every eye. Yes, the rescuer will come. Look for him. Watch for him. Wait for him. He will come. I promise. Poor Isaiah, though. He read God's letter over and over to God's people. But no one listened to him at all. Ever. They didn't want to hear God's promise. They didn't believe it. Did it sound maybe too good to be true? A story that ends happily ever after? Well, it does sound like a fairy tale, doesn't it? And as anyone will quickly tell you, fairy tales aren't true. Or are they? Well, this rescuer that God is promising, he sounds pretty amazing. And we're going to begin to see who that rescuer is. But for now, it's time to climb into bed. Maybe get your pajamas on if you haven't done already. And it's time for me to say goodnight to you, and for Armand, noble protector, to say goodnight as well. Good night.